kill your laziness. You have work to do. Let that settle in for a moment. We weren't designed to coast. We were designed to climb, to build, to grow, to work. You see, laziness is not just the absence of activity. It's the slow death of potential. It's not just about doing nothing. It's about becoming nothing. And here's the truth. You cannot hire someone to do your push-ups for you. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to chase your dreams for you. That's your job. And the clock is ticking. Laziness is sneaky. It shows up wearing comfort. It sounds like I'll do it. Tomorrow, it looks like scrolling it. Feels like waiting for motivation to arrive. But let me tell you, something I learned early on, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, not inspiration, not feelings, not convenience. Discipline. Because if you don't discipline yourself, someone else will. And if you don't kill your laziness, it will kill your ambition. Now, I know it's not easy. You get tired, you get discouraged. You want to rest. Rest if you must. But don't you dare quit. Don't you dare settle. Don't you dare let laziness take the wheel of your life. Your dreams are counting on you. Your future self is watching, and the world doesn't need another excuse. It needs your gift, your effort, your energy. We must all suffer one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference: discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. So I'm here to tell you today it's time to wake up. It's time to get up, and it's time to get to work, because you have work to do. Let's begin laziness. Now, that's a powerful word, and not in a good way. You see, laziness doesn't scream, it whispers. It says just 5 more minutes, it says, and you've got time. It says you can do it tomorrow. But here's the truth. Tomorrow is the favorite day of the lazy. Laziness. It may feel comfortable now, but it's quietly stealing your future. I used to think the cost of laziness was just lost time, but it's much more than that. It cost you dreams. It cost you confidence. It cost you the joy of progress, the pride of discipline, and the life you could have had. Now, let me tell you something I've learned from experience. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons, and laziness, it builds regret one lazy day at a time. You don't notice it at first. You skip the workout you delay, the call you put off, the reading, and what happens? Nothing. And that's the danger. You think you got away with it, but what you really did is plant a seed of an action. And that seed, it grows roots. It turns into a habit. And soon enough, you're not just skipping a task. You're skipping a life. Now, some people say, Jim, I'm just tired. Well, of course you're tired, but tired is not the same as lazy. Tired says, I've worked hard and I need rest. Laziness says, I haven't done anything and I still want rest. A1 is earned, the derome. Other is an escape. Let me ask you a question. How many opportunities have you missed because of laziness? How many connections weren't made? How many skills went undeveloped? How many days did you trade for nothing but distraction? Laziness is expensive. It costs you your momentum. It drains your self-respect, and worst of all, it makes you forget what you're capable of. Now, let me offer you this thought. We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. Laziness is also self-made. It's built one decision at a time. And if you can build laziness, you can unbuild it. You can reverse it. You can say no more now. That's how change begins. Not with a loud declaration, but with a quiet decision, a decision to get serious, to stop negotiating with laziness, to take back your mornings, to take back your time. Because let me remind you, discipline is not punishment. It's a gift you give to your future self. And if you don't pay the price of discipline today, you'll pay the price of regret tomorrow. So how do we recognize laziness? When it shows up, it looks like comfort. It sounds like justification. It feels like harmless delay, but don't be fooled. Laziness doesn't want what's best for you, it wants what's easy for now. It doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care about your potential. It wants to keep you average, keep you behind, keep you stuck. But here's the good news. You can kill laziness. How? Start small. Start with something you've been avoiding. Do it now, not later, not tomorrow. Prove to yourself that you're in charge, not your feelings, not your fears, and certainly not your laziness. You have goals to reach, you have talents to use, you have work to do, and the world is waiting for what only you can bring. So don't delay, don't sleep on your greatness. Don't let laziness steal more ounce of your destiny. Success is not so much a matter of intelligence. It's a matter of inspiration and discipline, and the best part discipline compounds one good. Decision becomes two, two becomes 10, 10 becomes a new lifestyle, and laziness, it doesn't stand a chance against that kind of momentum. So today, decide to recognize laziness, not as a small thing, but as the thief. It is the thief of dreams, the thief of progress. And once you see it clearly, you'll never let it stay, because you know what's at stake. And more importantly, you know who you're becoming. Let me give you a phrase that changed my life for things to change you. Have to change for things to get better. You have to get better. I heard that line when I was broke behind on my promises and sitting in a little room wondering why my life wasn't working. And then it hit me, if I wanted my life to improve, I had to take responsibility. I had to stop waiting for luck and start working on me now. Hear me closely. You don't get serious when things are easy. You get serious when you finally get tired of your own excuses. It's the moment when you say, I've had enough, no more. Blaming, I've got work to do. Most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they never decide to get serious. They dabble, they try, they experiment, but they never commit. I used to be that way. I told myself, I'll try harder next week. I'll get up earlier next month. I'll start reading when I have more time. But do you know what I found? If you don't change, nothing else will. Your income won't change, your habits won't change, your future won't change, not until you do so. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you gotten serious about your life yet? Serious means committed. C means focused. Serious means you stop negotiating with laziness and start disciplining your behavior. Now here's the thing. You can be casual about your goals. You can be casual about your habits. You can be casual about your health, your finances, your relationships. But if you're casual about your life, you'll end up a casualty. It's not punishment. It's the law of cause and effect. If you plant weeds, you don't get flowers. If you put in nothing, you get nothing back. And if you keep putting it off, the world will keep passing you by. Now, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to wake you up, because the moment you get serious, things start to shift. You sit up straighter, you speak with clarity. You move with purpose. You start saying things like, I don't have time to waste. I've got goals to reach. I've got responsibilities now to myself, to my family, to my dreams. And you know what that seriousness becomes? Your superpower, because most people are drifting, they're wandering, they're scrolling, they're waiting for some miracle to come knock on their door, but miracles don't come to the lazy. They come to the serious, to the ones who wake up early, who make a plan, who push past. Comfort to those who say, this year is mine, not by chance, but by choice. Let me tell you something I learned from my mentor. Mr. Chaff, don't just be busy, be effective. Don't just move progress, and progress only comes when you take your life personally, not casually personally. You have to look in the mirror and say, I am the problem, and then smile. Because that means you are also the solution. And I'll tell you this, when you get serious, people start noticing your energy changes. Your discipline becomes visible. Your consistency starts speaking louder than your words ever could. People will start to ask, what happened to you? And you'll say, I decided to stop wasting time. I decided to stop lying to myself. I got serious. People don't beg for opportunity. They prepare for it. They don't wait to feel motivated. They act until motivation catches up. You know, what else happens when you get serious? You stop hanging around the lazy, because their comfort makes you uncomfortable. You start looking for people who are growing, who are reaching, who challenge you to raise your game, and suddenly the old version of you doesn't fit anymore. You've outgrown procrastination. You've outgrown small thinking. You've outgrown your own excuses, because you've changed, and now everything else don't wish were easy or wish you were better, but better starts with serious. So if you're tired of being tired, if you're sick of getting the same results, if you're ready to kill laziness and live with intention, then today is the day. This moment is the beginning, and the decision is yours. Not next week, not when it's convenient right now, because when you change, everything changes. Let me share something with you that might just change the direction of your life. If you follow a crowd long enough, you'll usually end up at the exit. Now, think about that. Most people spend their lives walking in the footprints of others. They copy, they imitate, they follow. But very few create. They don't stop to ask, is this path even right for me? They just walk it because everyone else is walking it. But here's what I learned. If you want to live an exceptional life, you can't do what ordinary people do. You've got to think different, act different, move different. You've got to find your own rhythm. See, I grew up watching others. I tried to walk like them, talk like them, think like them, and for a while it felt safe. But here's the danger, in that when you live someone else's way, you get someone else's life. And that's not success. That's imitation. That's comfort disguised as direction. Let me say it straight. Don't just follow someone else's routine. Build your own, because what works for them may not work for you. What fires them up might leave you empty. What leads them to greatness might lead to you to burnout. You got to stop and ask, what do I want? What am I good at? What's the life that I was built for? And that's when your life begins to open up. You stop creating. You stop following. You start leading. You don't need to abandon learning from others. No, of course not. But learn then, personalize. Adapt, tailor, shape it to fit you, you see? The great ones, they don't walk in other people's shoes. They build their own shoes and then walk paths no one else. Dares to walk success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. And you don't become that person by trying to be someone else. You become that person by growing into your own potential, by standing still long enough to hear your own voice, by saying, I don't need to be a copy. I was made to be a creator. Let me tell you a truth. Following the crowd is easy. It takes no courage, no responsibility, no originality, but stepping out saying, no, I'll take a different turn here. That takes boldness. That's leadership. The masses are moving fast, but fast in the wrong direction. They're busy, but not productive. They're loud, but not clear. They're active, but not intentional. Don't let the noise of others drown out your own inner voice, because that voice, your voice, it knows the way it may whisper. At first it may sound uncertain, but if you really listen, you'll start to hear the direction meant for you, and you'll find your own way forward. And that's when everything changes. You start building a life that fits your values. You start forming habits that fuel your purpose. You start walking a path that excites you, not just everyone else. And suddenly, you're not just killing laziness. You're replacing it with something powerful. Ownership. Your time is yours. Your routine is yours. Your results are yours. You stop blaming. You stop drifting. You start living by design, not by default. So let me ask you, are you living someone else's script or writing your own? Are you walking a path just because it's paved, or carving a trail because it's yours? You weren't born to be average. You weren't built to be a shadow. You were made to create, to lead, to rise. But you can't do that if you're always watching someone else's steps. So today I challenge you, look at your routines, look at your habits, look at your values. Ask yourself, do they belong to me, or did I borrow them? And if the answer is borrowed, give them back, then go build something original, because your life deserves more than imitation. Your future deserves creation. Don't just exist. Design. And design means this: don't follow others' ways, create your own. That's how you break laziness. That's how you find passion. That's how you build a life worth living. And friend, that's how you become unstoppable. Let me tell you, what most people don't understand, it's not enough to wake up every day and hope things go well. It's not enough to move through life, reacting to whatever shows up. And it's surely not enough to want more but do nothing about it. You can't live on wishes. You've got to build with effort. The truth is simple but powerful. Your life will rise or fall based on the strength of your vision, not the economy, not the government, not the weather, but your vision. You see, when the vision is clear, the path becomes easier to follow. And when the vision is strong, laziness has no place to hide, because now you have something worth waking up for. Most people drift not because they don't have dreams, but because they've never sat down to define the dream clearly. A clear vision fuels consistent action, and consistent action kills laziness. Here's what I learned early. If you don't have a vision for your life, someone else will use you for theirs. If you don't decide what you want, life will toss you from one thing to the next, like a leaf in the wind. I remember when I first heard this, Jim, the day you decide to take control of your own future is the day everything changes. Not someday, not next year, today. You've got to ask yourself right now, What do I want? Where do I want to go? What kind of person do I want to become? And then here's the important part. Write, tuck it down, write it in detail, describe it in color, make it so vivid that you can't ignore it. Because when your mind gets a clear picture of your future, your behavior starts to line up with that image. That's how you go from lazy to laser focused. But most people never do. That they keep their dreams in their heads like foggy wishes. And fog doesn't drive you, clarity does. Now listen closely. A small vision doesn't require much from you, but a great vision that demands discipline. It demands late nights, early mornings, and fewer excuses. You can either have a vision that makes you comfortable or one that makes you change. The choice is yours, I'd suggest. You choose the vision that stretches you, the one that scares you a little but excites you a lot. Why? Because growth lies just outside your comfort zone. When your vision is strong, you start saying things like, I don't have time for laziness. I can't waste this day. This moment matters. A big vision eliminates distractions. It kills excuses. It lights a fire in your soul that doesn't go out. Now, here's something else you need. Your vision must be connected to purpose. Don't just chase money. Don't just chase status. Ask yourself, what do I truly value? What kind of impact do I want to have? Because when you connect your vision to your values, it becomes non-negotiable. You stop quitting when it gets hard. You stop looking for shortcuts. And you start showing up every day with intention. Let me give you a tip. Every morning before the world gets noisy, sit down, close your eyes, and revisit your vision. See it clearly. Feel it deeply. Let it remind you why you can't be lazy today. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. You might be tired, but the dream pulls you forward. You might be uncomfortable, but the vision tells you it's worth it. You might be tempted to quit, but the future you've seen won't let you. And here's what happens over time. Your habits begin to change. Your thinking sharpens. Your self-image grows. You start becoming the kind of person your vision demands. And suddenly, laziness doesn't fit your identity anymore. Now you're too focused to waste time, too determined to delay, too committed to take shortcuts. Because you know deep down that every step you take matters, that every day you show up, you're getting closer to the life you saw in your mind before it ever existed in your world. The stronger the vision, the stronger the discipline. It's that simple. So if you find yourself stuck, if you find yourself making excuses, if you find yourself feeling lazy, stop and ask, is my vision clear? Is it exciting? Is it big enough to demand my best? If not, go back and dream bigger. Don't shrink the dream. Grow your capacity, create a vision that lights a fire so strong. Even your laziness can't put it out. That's how you build a future. That's how you transform your life. That's how you wake up with purpose. And purpose. Purpose will take you places motivation never could. Let me say it. Plain and simple. Your future is waiting, but it won't wait forever. There's a window of opportunity in every life. And here's the truth. Most people don't like to hear the clock is ticking. Whether you use the time or not, it keeps moving. And you've got work to do. You've got dreams to chase. You've got a destiny to fulfill. But the days don't slow down. Just because you're tired, the opportunities don't pause just because you're uncertain. And success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. You've got to move. You've got to take action. I've got to build momentum. Now, let me ask you, something? What if the door closes while you're still thinking about knocking? What if the moment passes while you're still trying to feel motivated? What if the life you want slips by while you're stuck in hesitation? That's the real cost of laziness, not just missed goals. Life indecision is the thief of opportunity. You've got to get serious. You've got to make the decision to show up even when you don't feel like it. Because the truth is, discipline will take you further than desire. Now, don't misunderstand me. Desire is important. It's the spark, but it's not the engine. Desire gives you the vision, discipline, gets you there. That's why I say don't just set goals, set a routine that pulls you toward them, your routine, your daily actions. They are either building your future or quietly dismantling it. You've got to choose.